Hey everyone, Two Angry Frogs here, and today we have an event that you can run every day in Pandaria Remix to get some more bronze and threads for your cloak. Have you wondered what the Palace of Lei Shen keys are for? Well, wonder no more. We'll cover how you use these to get started with the Trove of the Thunder King scenario, and walk through how the scenario works, along with some special items you can get in the scenario for even more bronze and cloak spools. But before we begin, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you always know what we're up to next. Now, let's get into it. So to get started, there are a few things up front. First, you must have completed the opening scenarios in the Isle of Thunder and open daily quests for either the Sunreaver Onslaught for Horde or Qi'nor Offensive for Alliance. If you have not done this yet, we have a walkthrough of starting the Sunreavers and Qi'nor in our Pandaria Remix Reputation video in the link above. Second, you need to have a key to the Palace of Lei Shen. You can get one key each day the first time you exchange 10 lesser charms of good fortune with the Sunreavers or Qi'nor. Charms are exchanged with Haldurin the Brightwing for the Sunreavers or Varisa Windrunner for the Alliance at the Isle of Thunder base camp. Keys to the Palace of Lei Shen can also randomly drop from any mob on the island, but are quite rare. Note that if you do get a random key, no more will drop from any mobs for the day. Rares and elite rares on the island have a higher chance to drop the key than normal mobs, as would be expected. You can hold up to 100 palace keys, so you can stock up on these and make multiple runs when you have the time. The Trove of the Thunder King is a solo scenario that is basically a speed run to get as many treasure chests as possible and defeat an end boss within a 5-minute timer. After exiting, you have a number of chests that can be opened that contain additional bronze and spools for your Cloak of Infinite Potential. The more burial trove keys you collect during the run, the more of these chests you can open. You will receive one burial trove key by defeating the end boss and exiting the last room within the 5-minute timer. And you can randomly receive additional keys for each chest you open during the run. There are two types of chests that can be looted during your run. The Mogu treasure chest is the smaller red and gold colored chest, and the golden treasure chest is brown in color and has a Mogu face carved on the front of it. Both types of chests contain various types of loot and have a chance to contain spools for your cloak. The golden treasure chests tend to have more loot and a greater chance for spools. At the end of the scenario, the end boss guards between 1 to 3 golden treasure chests and will drop a golden treasure chest when defeated. To enter the scenario, we'll talk to Tayoshi in the cave in Bleak Hollow. The Trove has 4 rooms and a small hallway in between each room, and to get from one room to the next, you must activate a lever to unlock the door. So let's go over what you will encounter in each room. In all rooms, you will see red and green runes on the ground. The red runes are harmful and will stun you, and the green ones provide a speed boost. In addition, note that in the hallways between the rooms there are tile traps as well. These can be avoided by jumping on the ledges at each side of the hallway, and you can grab a few chests while on either ledge if you have time during the run. The first room contains several basic traps. First are pillars that periodically cast lightning surge, which slows your character. And second are the Mogu statues that cast Stone Smash in front of them that will stun your character. The combination of these two can really cause issues early in the run due to the combination of slow and stun. In this room there are also Ashen Weaver spiders, but these are easily taken care of. You will want to defeat them quickly since they can web you for 3 seconds. At the end of the room to the left of the stairs, you'll see the lever that unlocks the hallway door leading to room 2. Room 2 is a bit more complex as you will need to avoid multiple tile traps on the ground, and you will also want to avoid getting hit by the laser traps while in the areas outlined on the floor. These will cause damage and can port you a small distance. There are several enemies in this room as well, but again, these are easily defeated. At the end of the room to the left of the stairs, you'll see the lever that unlocks the hallway door leading to room 3. Room 3 adds Stone Watchers and Mogu Stone Sentries to the enemy list, and you'll need to defeat these as you're hunting for chests to open. The locked door to the final room is on your right, and the lever to unlock the door is on the left side of the crumbled staircase in the left of the room. In the final room, you'll fight the end boss God Hulk Golkan. He will cast 2 abilities that you want to counter. The first and very important one is Mighty Stomp, which knocks you back if you are within 5 yards of him. This can knock you back into the traps, which can be deadly. The second, Mighty Crash, is a frontal cone you just need to dodge. After defeating Gul'kan, we complete the scenario by talking to Tenwu of the Red Smoke, who is to the left of where the end boss is. Look for the red smoke up against the wall and he will give us a burial trove key prior to completing the scenario. You'll notice that one thing overlooked is an actual timer. So as of now, there is no way to know how much time you have left during the run. To address this, you can use the built-in stopwatch in the game. You get to this by clicking on the clock on your minimap and then click Show Stopwatch. You can close the clock and leave the stopwatch up and drag it to any place that you want. So, some tips when you first start running the scenario. For room 1, just run through this room as quickly as possible. Large chests in this room are not easily accessible, and as you're running through, definitely take advantage of the green runes to speed up getting through the room. In the room 1 hallway, you can jump up on the boxes and run along the ledge to quickly avoid all of the floor traps. In room 2, we do have a few large chests to focus on. Later, when you're quicker at running this, you can grab some small ones as well. In the room 2 hallway, stick to the floor on the left-hand side to avoid all the floor traps. When we get to room 3, there are some easily accessible large chests, and then head left to get the lever, head back right to leave the room. In the final room, go straight for the boss and defeat him. Grab all of the chests near him. This will typically be 3 or 4 large ones. Use any remaining time to grab as many chests as you can, and then talk to Tenwu to leave before the 5 minutes is up. You will have a chance to get some special loot from both types of chests in this scenario. The first item is the Shanzei Ritual Stone. When you have collected 3 of these, you can use them at summoning stones located across the Isle of Thunder to summon rare elite mobs. The rare elites include Spirit Champions, Lightning Champions, and Primal Champions, and these drop a lot of spools for your cloak, so they're definitely worth summoning. The summoning stones can look different depending on the rare elite you are summoning. We've provided the coordinates for the summoning stone locations in the video description. Another item you can receive for summoning rare elites are incantations. These include Incantation of Teng, Incantation of Hakin, and Incantation of Vu. These enemies are summoned at monuments and the Court of Bones and are primarily for gaining achievements. So back to the very first room before we start the scenario and the vendor supplier bow. You can buy various items prior to starting that can help in Trove runs, including the following. The Potion of Light Steps, which can be used to levitate over tile traps, fall at a reduced speed, and walk on water. This requires friendly reputation with the Sun Reavers or Qi'nor. There's the Common Rock, which can be used to distract an enemy or trigger a trap. This requires honored reputation. The Arcane Propellant, which you can use to launch yourself forward, and this can help you get into areas where there are otherwise inaccessible treasure chests. This requires revered reputation. The Empty Supply Crate, which you can place on the ground, can help you get some height to get some previously unobtainable chests. This requires exalted reputation. And then finally, the Polymorphic Key. As you don't need to go over to the crumbled staircase on the left, you can simply use that key to get straight through the door on the right. This requires exalted reputation. The Trove of the Thunder King is one of those things that the more you do it, the more you learn, and the better you get at completing it. I know for my first run, I did not make it out of room 3, but by the 4th run, I had gotten to the point of defeating Gul'kan and getting the extra keys when I left the scenario. I still have a ton to learn on this as far as optimizing the run, but definitely give this a try and get some free bronze and cloak spools. Even if you do not complete it in time, it's definitely worth the 5 minutes of gameplay. Let us know what you think down below in the comments, and don't forget to hit the join button to become a member for custom emotes, badges, and more. And everyone, have a great day.